have on Donald Trump, decades of information that we have on him, somehow middle America decided that that was okay.
Right,
And
and it
that they
didn't
wanted
include
him
them.
to lead them.
Right, it excluded them though. They thought it was just others, the others, like the brown people from the Mexicans or African Americans or any of the other minorities. He wasn't talking about middle class America, white people or the working poor. He was talking about the others.
Right.
So it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, he pitted people against each other, and that's how he became president. He divided us. You know what I mean? He made it obvious that we are a racist country.
Right.
And the only people that's benefit, are the people who are racist. So, but this is a conservative dream to have all three houses of the all three branches of government.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've been preparing for this for 30 years, since Nixon, 40 years since Nixon was in office. So, they definitely have stayed with their agenda and inched their way closer to their goal. But the funny thing is, and the most ironic thing is that they can't govern.
Yeah,
they
it's
have
really
no
telling.
clue.
It's
they
really
had
telling.
7 years. They had 7 years to come up with a replacement for the Affordable Care Act.
Hey, yeah,
and all
still
they're
can't.
coming up with is nothing.
Right.
And then they're
They
talking
can't
about
come up with
skinny.
anything.
A skinny. What is the skinny plane? Are you for real? You know why they're not concerned? They're not concerned because they have great health care. They don't care about the rest of us.
They're just trying to put something in place just to look like they're
and just
something.
to negate anything that President Obama put in place, because that was a historical. It was it was part of his legacy, and anything that would demean his legacy or negate his legacy, that's what he want to do. So that's the focus for this administration, and it's pretty sad that it's not the people, but anything against Obama.
Here's the thing. The healthcare industry is like enormous. It's like 20% of the economy or something like that. I don't know the numbers, but it's a large chunk of the economy. With that being said, the industry, it takes a lot of money to access the overhead in these industries and in these hospitals and in these doctor's offices. The overhead is enormous, right?
Right.
And not only on top of that, you have people. Being a doctor is very prestigious. Okay, being a nurse is a prestigious occupation.
Right.
That gives you power. This country, Republicans who believe in pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, believe in a capitalist economy and a free flow of the market, is not going to enact legislation that's going to take away from anybody's wealth. And what the ACA does is it taxes people who make over a certain percent, and it gives them and that's how you cover subsidies for people who can't afford it. And then on top of that, the exchanges, people actually pay for their health care. So like the average person, like say for me, for instance, I'm a consultant, I work for myself, I have affordable health care coverage. I would have premiums that are skyrocket. You know what I mean? High premiums or whatever. But I would have health care. But my premiums would be high to cover people who can't really afford it.
Right.
And the Affordable Care Act, it's not a flawless piece of legislation. It needs work. But health care is like, you cannot have a healthy country you can't have 23 million sick people. You can't have, you know what I mean? Because healthcare is a national security issue. If you want to frame it that way, you can make that argument. If you have a sick nation, who's going to defend? Who's going to fight for you if your nation is sick? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So for me, it's a national security issue. You know what I mean? It should be framed that way. It's not only a right. We may not have the right for a doctor to come to lend his services for us, but we should but our government should take care of our health care like every other normal country on earth.
Absolutely.
Why is it that America, because we're so greedy, it's greed. We can have expansive defense budgets but we can't have health care.
Right.
We can send the biggest bomb in the world to Afghanistan to blow up a bunch of rocks, but we can't get new pipes for plants. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So everything that Republicans legislate, they legislate through the eyes of A, Christianity, 2, the freedom of the market, and C, guns, and 4, economics. You know what I mean? They're about making money.
Right, but the whole healthcare system needs to be restructured. I mean, the way insurance companies are run, the way hospitals are run, it needs to completely be restructured. And the only way that's going to happen is if there is some reform. But apparently, like you said, in 7 years, these people haven't figured it out. And right now, they're scrambling just to do something, to be doing something.
And there's some other countries that are doing it right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you just said.
They're not studying it with others.
And then why haven't we, taken a model or looked at a couple models that we could kind of customize for the U.S.? Every country is different. I get that, but there's got to be some kind of basis or a model that we can build from. I mean, the Affordable Care Act, like you said, has flaws, just like any plan, but there's no bipartisanship at all in where we are today. So now they're saying, okay, well, we'll just let it fail if we don't get a vote and do this vote-a-rama or whatever the craziness they're calling it tonight till 2:30 in the morning to kind of figure out what's going to happen. It's all scrambled just to be doing something instead of working together for the people. For the people, by the people, of the people. Isn't that in the Constitution somewhere?
That's what it says.
Thought so.
Well, Republicans are not going to. I mean, they didn't join in the healthcare debate when we had when Ted Kennedy was alive. So,
yes,
we needed 50 votes to get that passed. You know what I mean? We had a supermajority, so,
Yeah, but they changed that.
Bipartisanship isn't going to work. Bipartisanship is not going to work because the Democrats already have the health care bill that they wanted. That Republicans had a big hand in writing because the Affordable Care Act was based on Mitt Romney's health insurance coverage for Massachusetts.
That's right.
When he was governor.
That's right. I don't understand that one.
Anything that they can do to make Democrats bad or Obama look bad, they're going to do. But you gotta see past that. You got to see past the smoke and mirrors and really think about, follow the money.
Yeah,
we do. Money.
We do, but it's the other side of the aisle that really doesn't. That's not. So that's the issue. How do we get them to kind of see what we see? It's so amazing to me. Like you said, it's just this country is so divided. It's split down the middle. Everybody believes what they believe, and then it's just nothing else. I mean, there's blinders on. We hear what we want to hear. We see what we want to see, and if it doesn't, affect us in a positive way or whatever, it's like, oh well.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean that's called what's that? People are jaded.
Yeah, people
are very jaded. You know what I mean? They're only about their triangular lives. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, we're dealing with people who don't have an education past the high school who believe that the earth is only 6,000 years old. So,
and you know what? Those same people don't live outside their circles. Like, they don't have people that don't look like them as friends. They don't travel. They're not well read. Those are the types of things that those people, they live in a bubble. They live in their own world, and nobody else lives in that world besides the people that look like them.
Yeah.
Well, and also a lot of them are poor. A lot of them are poor, and don't think that. Well, that's true. Not a lot of them are poor, but some of them are poor, And Donald Trump is their hero right now.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
He's a poor man's hero.
A rich man is a poor man's hero.
I don't understand that one. I never understood that one. Hey, inherited money rich. Right.
Not like he built himself. This is an inherited money rich.
He had them on the Make America Great Again thing. You know what I mean?
Make America great for who?
Some reason America wasn't great for him. So
it wasn't great.
He really got into that rhetoric.
Make it great again, because it was great back when everybody didn't have the same rights as some.
Right.
Yeah.
It might have been when we ain't had no rights.
Might have been. That's obvious.
Yep, exactly.
Might have been.
Hey, Ianta, I'm gonna do a couple name drops on you, I want to hear your opinion on some of them.
Oh yeah, let's hear this.
I got one that she was on fire. I actually went to her social media and I just saw she was going in on this person. So I'm gonna drop this name. I was laughing because my wife had some expletives. I said you might have had one too on your social media wall about this guy. All right, Bill O'Reilly.
Actually, Bill O'Reilly, I respect Bill O'Reilly. I mean, outside of, well, let me take that back.
Please.
I respect him as a journalist. I don't respect him as a human being. I've always thought that Bill O'Reilly was a blowhard and just one of these white men who America is modeled for. So he speaks with a certain authority, but I just think that Bill O'Reilly, I'm glad he's off the air, put it that way. I'm just so glad he's off the air. But I think that over the years, Bill O'Reilly got his start on Inside Edition. And I think that, his program, I think that his program tried to be balanced. But
really?
Of course, when you're inherently racist and when you're inherently a bigot, you can't be but so open-minded. So I'm just glad he's gone. I hope he never comes back.
He got enough money so he don't have to come back. But if he wants to, somebody will pick him up.
Yeah.
Some people that think like him.
I mean, he might start doing a podcast.
He probably already is.
Yeah,
he probably already is.
Probably so.
I'm surprised Donald Trump didn't tap him to be press secretary.
Ugh.
Maybe he's not rich enough.
All right, next one. Jeff Sessions.
The Elmer Fudd troll racist. The Elmer Fudd racist troll.
Foghorn
That's all
Leghorn.
I gotta say about him.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's a Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, he is, I mean, you can look at him and tell he's lying. Come on. And that he's a racist.
I mean, yeah, he's a level 1 racist.
Seriously, from back in the day. His name is Jefferson Beauregard Sessions. Jefferson.
I mean, there's nothing else. There's not much of substance for him. He's just a racist. I don't want to waste too much time on that man. He just had to go. And
well, let me ask you this then. I know we hate, I can't stand him. I don't hate anybody, but I can't stand him. So what do you think about the the Twitter lashings and the public humiliation that he's getting from his boy? What do you think about that?
I think he's stupid because he has the authority to indict the president. And if he's going to sit here and take that kind of abuse from a man that he knows is guilty, then he don't love America. He should not be in the position that he's in. Hopefully, the Republicans will find their backbone and do something about the atrocities that's happening in the name of government. But, Trump benefits them in their agenda. Now, if Trump wastes too much political capital, you'll start to see the Republicans try to sabotage him.
But it's been 6 months of wasting political capital. It's been how much longer will it take? It's been 6 months of wasting political capital. It's only been executive orders. There's no legislation done during this administration that's amounted to anything. Zero.
Well, they're going to give him, usually when you have a new president, a new administration, you usually have about a year and a half of political capital before
Lord, I got another year.
You're on it. Huh?
I got another year before this is over.
No, about a year and a half. So we've already been through 6 months. He might get another 6 months before the Republicans start to say, wait a minute, we're not getting anything that we wanted. This guy is a huge distraction. But, Republicans are extremely loyal. Very.
Right. But it seems like I've seen a lot of I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As long as Donald Trump stands to benefit them, they're not gonna criticize him. That's not how Republicans work.
Sad.
You know, they're